Test, 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 test. Hey, greetings everybody. Welcome to the stock market technical analysis here for pre-market on Tuesday. Put scalping Tuesday, we usually call it April the 6th, 2021. Hello, Miss Marcy. Good morning. Glad to have you. Let's, if the few traders who are on, you could confirm the sound before we get going. That will be great. Thank you. And while we wait for that, just going to go look at a chart on here that I want to use for live teaching. We have Mr. T who just glide into the room. How are you? How is life in across the pond in London? It is 5:52 a.m. Eastern Time, a.m. Pacific Time, rather, here in Southern California, which means is 8:52 in New York and in Toronto. We are approaching 1 p.m. in the aforementioned London. Thank you, sir, for confirming the sound. All right, very good. I'm sharing which screen am I sharing? I need to be sharing the screen for SPY. I want us to go and take a look yesterday. Just the purpose of this stock market technical analysis is to show us what's possible in the markets and the opportunity. When an opportunity arises, whether we took advantage of it, but I really do not want to miss to point out how, with the knowledge that we share with you on here, how you can make money trading this market. So yesterday we are looking at the charts of SPY. Yeah, we have been, the reason I'm doing this because we have been focusing a lot lately. No, I don't know a lot or lately, but I'm hoping that at least we have that strategy or one other strategy on SPY hands down, right? So meaning the end of the day trade on SPY. We have been really trying, but guess what? While we were busy trying it, this one snuck in because this is another one. I mean, yeah, I rarely use SPY as a gangster, but every morning on here in the show, I tell you that, hey, the philosophy, if you will, behind the gangster trade is that a stock is gapping. So this is the chart of SPY. It's the 5-minute chart of SPY. The reason I'm using 5 minutes because I want to replay this for us, and then we are going to be taking a look at the gain on the option side on this because it was just amazing. And this type of trade is there each and every day for us, right? If it doesn't work out, guess what? It doesn't mean that if you do something, you take a trade. If you're watching me on YouTube, this is important because I've had feedback on it. So you catch my our pre-market show on here maybe once in a while, and then let's say maybe it's your first time, and then we talk about a strategy, and then you take the trade, it doesn't work out. My friend, the worst thing that you could do for yourself is actually say, I wasted my time. Yeah, one trade, it doesn't provide you in trading. There's nobody who can say that, oh, my methodology works because I took one trade and the trade performed fantastic. No, 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 no. You we definitely need some. That's why we talked about consistency, right? We shared yesterday with you the successful trade alert, how they have been able to perform week after week after week since inception on here. So this trade on here on SPY, it's something that sometimes we overlook because we look at SPY, we just say, well, we can gangster trade SPY. Yeah, same thing on especially on expiration, and I'm going to show you why in a minute here. So let's go ahead here. Yesterday, what was the context? Thursday, the market closed, SPY closed at 454, and then it gapped to 403 yesterday. Just it was one of those sneaky gap up rather, and let's play here. I'm going to use the replay button of TradingView. Let me show this. Yeah, so the replay button of TradingView, it's this one here on the top, and typically, so I have to do this. Sometimes I mess it up because, okay, very good. So yep, okay, so once you do that, you have to decide the speed. So meaning here I'm going to have 1 5-minute candle every 2 seconds. actually every 2 seconds, all right, or I could even say every second, but let's say every 2 seconds, and just play it for us to really see how the day transpire on SPY. Here it goes. All right, so this is the first 5-minute candle. SPY opened outside of the upper Bollinger. From that, the fourth candle on there, we are posting a new high of the day. We are above VWAP. So from our own perspective on how to take a trade, you could have actually been trading this after, let's say, 5 times 4, 20 minutes. At the time, the stock was 404, 20 or 30. And then this is what ensued. You notice the crossover of the yellow line, which is the EMA 8 above the VWAP. Anytime we talked about the direction of that yellow line, and look now in these last 4 or 5 candles that you're looking at 11 Eastern, how that yellow line is behaving as support. The price is bouncing off it. It's no longer posting any higher high, but as long as it stays above that, just bouncing off of it, it gives traders the confirmation that, hey, the trend is still intact. And then in the middle, let's say, what time was it here? This time here was 11:30 Eastern, brand new high of the day. And same thing, the yellow line is still, the inclination of that yellow line, it's acting as great support. And what do you know? At around 9:30, that will be 12:30 Pacific time, was actually one of the highest points of the day, 406.80 or thereabouts. And from there on, it was just now for the first time, yeah, on the 5 minutes, if you're using 5 minutes for the first time, you see here on the, which candle is this? This is the 1255 candle, 1250 candle. A SPY dipped slightly below the exponential moving average 8 yellow line, but even then, it's not as if, oh, it's an end of the world. But at least by that time, I'm going to show you the charts of any type of option that you could have been trading on here. And then this channel, when a stock is in this channel, you know for that, at least as when the channel is tightening up, the channel here is the upper and lower Bollinger Band. The price is really stuck in range. And unfortunately for us, when we try to trade this, let's say later on, starting here at 240 thereabout, it just head fake us that the puts were going to make some money, but they never went below the lower Bollinger, and it just kept in this tight range overall. So let's the tape finish on here. We are almost, it's almost done on here at yeah. All right, so this is the full replay of yesterday's SPY chart using the 5 minutes. So a lot to see on here in terms helping us in terms of managing a trade, looking at, let's say, the support line, how is actually just helping the stock bounce of it, and then from that on getting into a channel where pretty much not that it was doomed, sometimes we can't really move, but from there it was just like I think for us late we said, okay, we only pick 1 point move, 407 calls, and then 4 or 5 puts in terms of a late move on here, because we knew that, I knew that, hey, the range was just too tight, but the money was definitely made, my friend, into from the gap. So meaning the open here was 403, 403.5, 403.49 more precisely. The 406 calls, yes, the 406 call. How could we have picked the 406 calls? We could have picked the 406 calls by realizing, okay, the ATR of SPY lately has been around 5, right? We have talked about that video on the ATR. You can be conservative, taking a percentage of the ATR, 50%, 75%, or what. Those 406 calls, I mean, if the 406 call gives you the payout that I'm going to share with you soon, trust me, the 407 would have done the same thing, really. So if you use 4 points from 403 something, it would have yielded similar results. Well, similar. You will have still been able to make money. So the fact, what's interesting on here was that for me, that's really my main takeaway as of yesterday on this one. So 406 from 403 and a half, that's literally 2.5 points. The price of those calls yesterday, folks, I saved the charts. I'm not sure if I can bring it to you. Let me try to open it. The chart of the 406 calls on SPY expiring April 5th, they open at 10 cents. So meaning, what I want you to take away on here is to see the cost of the option in regard to a potential target price on the expiration. Meaning we were less than 346 compared to where we opened on SPY was less than 3 points away. Yeah? Yet the cost was only 10 cents. As a matter of fact, if we were to put in a bid, let's see here. Can I share this? Yes, I think this is it. So this is it here. Usually, yeah. That's what you're seeing there. It was at the end of the day. Yeah, was at the end of the day. Okay, so let's share this at the end of the day, because I didn't put some my highlight on a specific candle. So hence it was showing me. So at the end of the day, these calls, if SPY April 5th 406 call, they finish at $108, right? But now look at the beginning of the day. Are we going to find the beginning of the day? Trust the closest reference that you may see is that I think I have a moving average here. No, they were not 0.36. They were actually lower than that. They were 10 cents they opened, and then you could have had a fill at 9 cents. I kid you not, at the beginning, because that first candle on the, you see the slope of the green line. The green line 0.36 that you're reading here on the right hand side, actually it's easy for me, it's on the right hand side is when this slope is finished, but we can definitely see that's below that. Even let's even say, assume that, okay, we got into this trade at 36 cents, it would have been a great trade because it went all the way up, because on this the closure was 108, but definitely you can see that it peaked over 120 or something. So this is another trade, because there is a confusion sometimes that we don't want to introduce confusion, right? This is the other trade of SPY at the beginning of each day, where SPY gap, just like any other stock, we definitely have an opportunity to GangstA trade that. And then for you on here, using this example, the takeaway is, hey, what strike price do I need to pick? 3 points. In this example, and I'm going to try to showcase this tomorrow. So tomorrow pre-market, because we have expiration tomorrow, wherever SPY is going to be opening tomorrow, I'm going to capture, let's say 3 points away, what's the cost of those options expiring on that same day, because that's the scenario, right? That's the scenario that we want to trade SPY on. So to show you that, hey, the risk is so small and the reward is so huge. Just like in this case, if let's say SPY is going to trade it for 3 points away, now that SPY is at 400 or thereabout, 3 points is less than 1%. Yeah, so if we can trade 3 points away for a cost around 10 cents, I'm loving the odds. I'm loving those odds. So that's really what we want to bring you this morning on here, on this SPY trade yesterday, the SPY movement yesterday. On the 406 calls, that went from 10 cents all the way to over. So a 10 bagger on SPY on expiration day for less than 3 points between the strike price and the open. Yeah, that's I'm not sure what you think of this, but I thought that it was useful for us to take a look at this, because yeah, we have a trade at the end of the day, which is on SPY, which is our standard, okay, late move on SPY, meaning a move over a short period of time. We know those type of payout, but the payouts on here on SPY, this is again, it would have been a GangstA trade here on SPY that would have yielded similar type of result. Granted, over time, but I mean, actually, how long did it take? The high here was at 12:30. So yeah, 3 hours for a 10 bag on SPY for less than a 3-point move. That's not too bad, if you ask me. That's not too bad at all. So hopefully somebody learned something out of it, and you're able to include this into our arsenal of trade. I mean, now that obviously the last we have been trying. I mean, since last week we have been trying at the end of the day to take advantage of SPY. They haven't been doing moving much, and then yesterday this happened. So it will be interesting to see when we start focusing on this as well. I mean, this trade. I'm not telling you that, or I'm not suggesting that each and every day you can make that money. But my friend, let's say imagine even then this trade works perfectly. Let's say I don't know, even 30 or 25% of the time you get a 10 bagger. I love that ratio. I really love it. All right. While we were away, let's welcome new traders inside of the live chat. So, good morning, Miss Jelu. Mr. T, confirm the sound for us. Our pal Joe is on board as well. Jade is no dog. I can't. That's this name. Thank you for confirming the sound. And Mr. Donny is also with us this morning. And Mr. Donny has a question. Have you ever purchased over-the-counter stock like NVU? No, guys, that's something I've been getting a lot of questions lately. To be honest with you, no, that's not something that I have any experience on. So I don't even know of broker because I think yeah, I had a couple of questions. People asking me, do I know brokers where they can purchase over the counter stock? No, unfortunately, I have not. Hey, welcome, Mr. Beautiful Gates Under. We just get feedback on here. Miss Marcy saying that, folks. Miss Marcy saying if you're just coming joining us with now, we spend the first let's say 5 minutes analyzing, scrutinizing SPY chart yesterday using the replay button, and then we shared with you the option chart of SPY. We used the 406 call. I mean, you can ask me, hey, Telex, how I explain how the 406, but the main takeaway was that hey, the strike price to be taken to get that return, it was less than 3 points away, 3 points away from the open. And then glad to have that Miss Marcy saying that she caught it with 10 contracts. I'm loving this. let's give Miss Marcy thumbs up here. I'm loving this. This is great stuff. This is great. This is great. And again, why am I depicting this one? Because it seems as if lately we are not on purpose. I've shied away from the opportunity on SPY for during the day, focusing strictly on the strategy, on our strategy at the end of the day. No, SPY, we can trade SPY just like any other stock, meaning this in this scenario, SPY gapping, especially in this area right now, right? If let's say these market makers here, SPY at 406, brand new all-time high, right? So that's why you're going to see the algos can do some crazy stuffs on here. So for us, we just need to have that open mind, and we have the technique to be able to take advantage. So thumbs up, Miss Marcy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, and please, Miss Marcy, I know. I mean, definitely. We ask if some when you take such a great trade, not the same day, but during the week, please, if you could just paste inside or share with us inside of the just winner chat, that would be great, because that's how we use this to teach others that hey, this is definitely possible. The market shows us this possibility. All right, so thanks for that feedback. All right, excellent. We are Tuesday. In pre-market this morning, I didn't see that many move. I didn't see that many gap. Let's go to FinViz. I think there is a stock there that's gapping, and then I have a couple of other stocks. So this could be one of those Tuesday where they use it for really theta decay. And for us, we know we need to be careful. We have the so-called trading clock, right? The trading clock says that starting, if the market is not moving that much, starting at 8 Eastern, 8:30, really we need to decrease our risk, because time when we are trading options, time passing by and the stock not moving, the stocks not moving, that's lead into us our position just losing money. So that's something that any option trader, if you are new to option trading, yeah, sideways action is no bueno to us. So this is what FinViz is showing in terms of movers this morning. Illumina, this is a biotech, yeah, healthcare diagnostic and research, is gapping 9% this morning. I have very little experience with it. I don't know about the liquidity of these options. There's one that I'm seeing here. I mean, we saw it yesterday, right? It gapped up yesterday. It's gapping up again this morning. And its chart, look at this chart. The chart for GAN. GAN is, what is this one? It's consumer cyclical. It's into the gambling industry. And it's went as high as $30, let's say mid-February, and has been posting those reverse U's. Now it came all the way to 18 and now it's trying to recover, so meaning that this type of stock on here definitely have potential to the upside. So yesterday gap up, sold off. How do we know that? By the red candle under is gapping again. Maybe it's not, maybe it's definitely worth taking a look at. Now let's see, we are going to, yeah, we have time. I'm going to take a look at it inside of the power A trade in a minute on here. So those are some of them. Oh, Snap is moving a little bit, so 2.66%. And the charts for Snap Snap here. Look at this chart. It looks like it's a stock that, okay, it posted, it finds support, right? Support was at that 50 area. We talked about this, folks. We talked about this. How do we know? We look to the left, and we have seen 1, 2, 3 previous time occurrences. Snap has done, which that is doing now, or we could even say 4 times. So at least from now on, the information on Snap is that, hey, if there is a strong support at 50, so because it has bounced, the price when has reached 50 in 3 previous occasions, all of them in this year of 2021. That tells us actually Snap is a very volatile stock, because if, let's say, in just the 3 month time that's we have been inside of 2021, the stock have had 4 opportunity to test that support, and each time it has resolved it. Well, maybe, well, at least we know that much, meaning next time if Snap is trending down, you know where the ultimate support will lie. At this stage, they are trying to bust a recovery. That recovery, we have seen prices all the way to 65 and even 70 something on the chart of SPY here late in February. So it's interesting to follow Snap, what Snap is doing here with this gap this morning. I'm not sure what's the news on it. We could definitely find out. So most maybe an upgrade of, there's always something of the like. So that's it on the bullish side. On the bearish side, there is a stock that I noticed this morning. I'm not familiar with it. I don't think I've traded it before, but its chart definitely speak to me. This is the Paycheck. They had earnings and they're gapping down 4% this morning. So between GAN and Paycheck, let's go inside of Power E-Trade and look at the option chain to see if there is any opportunity for us there to try to take advantage on here this morning. So let me switch my screen here and share the inside of Power E-Trade for us. So let's see, will they allow me? All right, so you guys are seeing that already. Let's see here, which one? Well, yeah, that's SPY there. Just it's starting flat at 405 this morning. So the gap is not this morning on SPY. And again, the scenario that we said yesterday will apply on expiration day, because we know how on expiration day the option they get cheaper. So any type we want to exploit to take advantage of those move on expiration day on SPY, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right. So let's start with maybe GAN. GAN is the stock we're talking about here. Okay, so GAN, it's a stock that has only monthly options. All right, so meaning if you take this trade now, that your expiration will not be this Friday, April the 9th, that your expiration will be the following Friday, April the 16th. They have stock like that. Usually those stocks, they tend to have lower prices, like this one below $20, and they're not very liquid. My take on them is that there's actually an advantage of trading something like this. You won't have the pressure of theta decay that much, because this means if you take this trade now, its expiration is in 2 weeks time. And looking at the chart of this one, for me, if I'm going to trade this, I'm definitely I'm going to start this with the cheapest amount possible. Yeah, meaning in this case the $30 Yeah, because the trend of this chart, it's bullish. It's trying to post higher highs, right? So the 30 calls here are going for $10.15 with 6K volume. Let me make sure that you guys can see that. Sorry, so you guys can see that. Yeah, the 6K volume is pretty good. I mean, pretty good in the sense that, hey, you're telling me that a stock that has an uptrend, yeah, though most likely is facing resistance. Look at your charts, maybe facing resistance. I don't know, some type of EMAs. That's why it got rejected yesterday. Yeah, actually, you see, my broker was was tripping, as the youngsters say, because it was showing us that it was negative in pre-market, whereas actually we saw it over there that it was one of the gappers in pre-market. So yeah, 10-15 cents on the 30 calls. Sign me up. This if let's say this thing, this stock here decide to keep up the uptrend, that uptrend, these are trade that pay big. Obviously, the 25 calls are there as well, for what are they going for? So the 25 call, 25 cents, 35 cents. Yeah, not bad. But those 10 cents, I love me. Which when we have time left in the clock. So maybe here, what could we have? The 30 calls on here. If you can get them with this gap, because the price that we are showing you was for yesterday, right? So the stock is gapping 2%. If you can steal them for 15 cents on the 30 calls, not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right. So that's there on GAN stock. So what else is there to talk about on here? I mean, it's yeah. If you're looking at the implied volatility, saying, "Hey, Telex, didn't you tell us that the implied volatility is being high?" I mean, yeah, okay. Let's fully do that on here. Well, I mean, this thing, there is no choice, right? I mean, if we want to trade it, there's no looking at the implied volatility on the implied volatility. Yeah, it hurts us in this when we are buying, but guess what? When we find ourselves in the trade and it stays up 138 nowadays for this highly volatile stock, you know, it's it's high compared to some of the other implied volatility we have seen value for us below 30. Like the average implied volatility for the successful trader lot this week, they are all like in the 35%. So meaning you don't see this is a $20, because market makers know that, hey, when it flies, it flies. That's what's depicted in the implied volatility. So the implied volatility for you, it's the way for the market makers to forecast potential dynamic, the potential volatility, yeah, implied volatility down, the potential move of the stock. So a $20 stock like this one, yeah, this stock usually moves 10% or of the like, and hence that implied volatility, it's reflecting that. So, but 138, my friend, you know of other stock where that's 200, 300%. So we have shared that with you on here. So that's not a concern really. So those 10, 15 cents for 32 weeks from now, not bad. Again, you don't need to be in the money to make money on this trade, because if let's say by the end of this week, which is a long time, this stock even start trading at 25, those 10 cents, 15 cents, they will quickly, my friend, be going to 50 and the like. But the advantage of it is that you have time. You are not stressed by the theta decay being that much. As a matter of fact, what's theta on here? Because I rarely speak of that. So each day that passes by, this option, the 30 calls, I will be losing 2 cents. That's what theta tells us, 2.3 cents exactly. So not bad at all. All right. Next stocks on here that I want us to spend a little time here as we're approaching 9:20 Eastern on the 21st, on the 6th of April 2021, on during this stock market technical analysis. So we know that Paycheck had earnings. I looked at this chart a little bit. Oh, this is another one. Well, you see, I just front because my hope was that this will have weekly options, because that's the best time, because this stock is moving in pre-market. So hence here the cost of the option is going to be a little bit more expensive, because we are paying for time, right? The expiration is all the way to April 16. So in this case, oh boy, even speaking strike price on here, we can still apply the ATR technique, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely a long way to go. But a long way to go on here. What strike price that for me I could be picking? Well, You see the 90 put there at 10.15 cents yesterday. The implied volatility actually on this thing. Look at the difference, folks. Because the market makers, they know that this stock doesn't move that much. Look at the implied volatility. 30%. 30 on the 40%. Yeah, and if we take a look at the history of it, look, actually 39%, that's for this month and for this earning that they knew will take place today. Outside of that, typically, the implied volatility for this stock is 25%. You love that. So actually, let's make Paycheck one of our maybe newer stock that we are going to include in there, because I took a look at this chart. You guys are not seeing it here on the other screen. Let's see, what's the ATR for this thing? I mean, again, the fact that it has only monthly expiration, but even with monthly expiration, you can time monthly expiration, meaning next week, if you trade this one, that monthly is going to turn into a weekly. Yeah, so Paycheck ATR, it's 2.47. Yeah, $2. So $2 times how many days do we have until the expiration? Let's say 9 days. So $18. So yeah, that gives you potential on here. So I mean, you don't even, so meaning you can even go all the way to 80 if you will like. Yeah, or be conservative, because the 80 puts here expiring on April the 16th, they were going for less than, last year was telling us that somebody bought them for 1 cent yesterday. This is the type of trade I like this stock already, folks. Why? Because of its low implied volatility. So we will come back to this. Actually, I will apply a technique to this that on earnings. So put this into your watch list. Yeah, this is one to circle on your watch list. We are going to set up something on here on this trade. So as of now, already we're starting. I have my educated guess on here, meaning, okay, we can try 85. Let's try 85 puts. Yeah, anything in that vicinity. They're going to be super cheap, right? So 85, 80 puts. But folks, I will do more. I will keep this an eye on this one. I think there's opportunity for us to make money on here with such a low implied volatility on this stock. And then on the upside, April, the 100, 110, 105, the price is going to come down on them. So 105, 110 calls. So if we have to put in a bid now for, let's say, even the puts, the 85 puts, the 80 puts, let's put in a bid for 5 cents, or 5-10 cents. Yeah, 5-10 cents. And same thing on the 110 calls, 110, 105 call. We put in a bid for 5 to 10 cents. All right. Yeah. This is good. I feel good about this stock. The low implied volatility is going to set it up that next week I can reset the trade on it, right? Depending on what happens today or over the next few days here. So because next week that trade will turn into a weekly trade. So then can expect something out of it. All right. So that's Paycheck. That's had earnings today, and it has monthly options. We look for it to provide us an opportunity. So this is, now I'm sharing with you the ATR and the chart for that this stock. This stock has faced resistance at 100. So yeah, let's see how this transpires. The ATR it's not that big per day, but hey, it will attract traders on here. The volume is not even that much. 2,000 shares traded in pre-market. But the option, you saw the options, right? Let's go back to the put side on here. There is enough. Well, there's enough open interest. It's not big, but there's enough open interest definitely on this. All right. Okay, it's 9:25. Let's give everybody some time to reset, and we wish you a great trading session. Talk to you tomorrow in tomorrow's episode. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.